Hi guys, my name is Alyssa and I'm going to do Draw My Life. Yeah, because I think I can do it. So, I was born in Chicago, Illinois, the best place on earth. Cubs, whatever. I was born to two Pisces. They met and fell in love and decided to have a kid. Actually, they didn't decide, it was not planned. They were young and they were really scared. But they got married anyway, and they decided to have more kids. So that's where I come in. I ended up having lots more kids, 4. I was the second oldest, that's me, born October 2nd, 1985, and I was a Libra. So I was pretty cool, and I loved my family. But my sisters and my brother could all sing, and I could not sing. So I was sad. I just drew pictures of cats and animals, but I was really good at it and not good at singing. Then my mom told me that God made me able to draw for a reason, and I couldn't sing for a reason because drawing is cool and God has a plan. But I didn't like it. Then they told me I was smart. No, I wasn't. Wait, I was smart. I skipped 4th grade and I was like, I'm gonna be so cool and people will like me because I'm smart, but they didn't like me because I was young, and I ended up getting bullied and everything for a few more years after that. But life goes on. Then in 6th grade, my mom wanted to leave my dad, and so she took my little sister and they moved across the state from Chicago, which is not there, it's over there, and to Springfield. And Springfield is stupid, but they lived there and they were away from me. So I would call my sister on the phone when they used to look like that, and I'd sing, I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. Anyway, we'd sing that together, and we were sad, and we would cry, and I'd miss her, and I'd be alone, and I'd draw pictures of cats. But my mom eventually moved back in with my dad and brought my sister, and everybody was happy. Actually, we weren't really happy. We were pretty sad because they would just fight and yell and scream at each other, and everybody was mean. But they were just working on their relationship, and they're still together now, so that's pretty cool. I just always felt alone, and it wasn't as fun, and I would just escape a lot like a Pisces. But I would just sit in my daydreaming world when I was alone and not cool, and I would dream about marrying Prince William and being the Queen of England, or at least the prom queen or Miss America or something, less hard to be. That didn't happen. I wasn't cool. I was shy. I couldn't talk to people, and I was afraid of everything, so I was alone, and I would just draw pictures of cats or hang out with my real cats because we had tons of animals having Pisces parents. Then high school happened, and I was going to be so cool. I was going to sing and everyone's going to like me, but it didn't happen. I was just alone and sad and had cats. But then in high school, my mom and dad adopted 2 girls from Russia. One lived by Siberia and the other one by Mongolia. They didn't know each other because Russia's really big, but we got them, Olivia and Bella. And I loved them, but it also added some stress. Decided then that I didn't have any privacy because we had 8 people in one bathroom, and I would just want everyone to go away, and I was just sad about that, but whatever. I just wanted to be real and free, so I would go to church and I would go to school and I would try to figure out what I was going to be when I grew up, but everyone at church called me a rebel, and everyone at school drank, so they called me innocent, and I didn't know who I was. And I was just sad and alone, but eventually I graduated, and it was so awesome, and I guess drawing all those cat pictures paid off because I was voted most artistic. But I didn't go to school because I was like, fuck everybody. I decided to stay at my mega church, which had a lot of people, and I was a leader of these high school girls, and I loved them so much, and they were everything. And I wanted to teach them how to be a good Christian, and I wanted to show them Jesus and everything. And then one day, New Year's Eve, actually, 2005-06, I got really, really drunk, and I basically got alcohol poison and passed out, and my friends took care of me, but then some of my friend, he took advantage of me, but he's no longer my friend anymore. He was a douchebag, and I had to go to the police, and then I went to the hospital, and it was really horrible, but my parents were there, and they loved me, and they didn't care that that stuff happened. but I was really confused and alone, and I realized that no one believed me. I thought that I would just do it and people would be by my side, and they weren't, and they called me a liar and a slut and a whore and gross and everything else, and can't spell gross. So I went to the church elders, and they just decided that they were going to sweep me under the rug because I was making too much noise for them and I was a whore. So I left the church, and I decided to get a job at a restaurant because I could learn how to bartend and sling drinks and serve tables, and I loved it, and it was fun. And I started smoking because I was cool and a rebel and I didn't give a fuck. And then I ran a couple marathons to prove to myself that I was like really awesome, but then I decided that I was gonna smoke and drink some more because I didn't get that out of my system yet. So then I just started dating a lot of boys because everyone already said I was a whore, so I just started to be one. I only dated the mean ones because I didn't know who I was, and that's what girls do when they don't know. When I lost my virginity to some psychopath, I just looked at him and said that was it because I wanted to be a bitch, and it made me laugh. But everyone said I wasn't growing and I wasn't going to college and I was just wasting away my life by drinking and smoking and everything, but I didn't care because all I wanted to do was find freedom. I wanted to be free, and I was learning how to be free, so that was cool. And then I had this friend, Mary Jo, and we met, and she talked to me all about astrology, and she would read my chart, and I learned I was a Libra, and I found out I was actually really good at astrology. My mom said astrology, she can't become my God, but I was like, astrology helps me understand what God is. I need to know because I don't know anything, and I'm lost and alone. Then one day at my job at the restaurant, I got a new manager, and his name was Chris, and he was so handsome, and he was so buff, and he had big muscles, and he was tall, and I loved him, and he was my manager, so he was so cool, and I just had a big crush on him, and we got to talking a lot, and we hit it off, and I was like, "You're a Scorpio," and he was like, "Wow, how'd you guess that?" I'm like, "Because I'm amazing." And then we had a secret love affair, but I told everybody because I don't keep secrets. No, I don't. Secrets are not my friend. So we lived in Chicago, and it was nice, but he told me that one day we would have to move to Texas because he likes cowboy hats. Nope, that's where he was from. Anyway, he has his daughter there, and he needed to be near his daughter because he loved his daughter more than anything. So I was like, sure, and we flew to Austin, and I was alone again, and I was sad, and no one would talk to me about astrology. I didn't have any friends, and people were like, "What's astrology? It's demon stuff." But Chris, then he decided to get me a doggy so that I wouldn't be alone, and then I could talk to him all the time, and he was my best friend, and he listened to my astrology stuff. And then one day I was like talking about astrology, and I decided to make a YouTube video about what I hate about Virgos, because let's face it, Virgos are the worst. And some people watched it, didn't go viral, but it was cool and I liked it. So then Chris decided that he wanted to make an honest woman out of me, and he asked me to marry him. So we got married. Well, we eloped because that's how you do it. We didn't have a lot of money, but we had love and we had birds, and it was the 4th of July so that he wouldn't forget. And his daughter was there, and my family came, and my gosh, did we just have fun, and it was like the best day of my life. So he doesn't wear ties, so he was wearing a shirt, and I decided that I was just going to get fat. No, I got pregnant. And it was really great, and everybody was happy for me, except I had this boss, and she got me fired, and I was throwing up a lot because being pregnant sucks, and it's not fun. And I was fat. But eventually I'm going to have this really great family, and my stepdaughter and my son and Apollo and my husband Chris, and it's just going to be like everything starts where it ends, you know? I'm pretty excited about it. And my YouTube, I don't know where it's going to take me, if it's going to let me write or draw or paint. I have no idea. I just know that I love to be creative, and I thank you guys for that, because I spent a lot of time just drawing cats, and I never knew who I was, but now I have something that I can do, and it's really fun. So I love you guys, and I'm excited for the future. I can tie my name upside down.